I'm your host, Peg Young. Well, vending machines are very important parts of our daily lives, and vending machines actually came into use in the 17th century in England. What you did was you put in a penny and took out as much tobacco as you would need for one smoke. It was called an honor box because of this, because you took out as much tobacco as you would need. Now, this hour is sort of an honor box. You can take away as much information as you would like. And it's even better because it's free. Let's welcome today's contenders onto our stage. Welcome to our stage. It's great to see you here. We have the Muso team, Brian Dean and Mark McNutt. So, how did you come up with Muso?
We both like hiking, and I now live in Yangyang near Soraksan. Mark lives in Masan near Muhaksan, so Muso.
Well, it's great to have you here. You came quite a ways to join us on our stage. Good luck to you, Muso team. Going against the Muso team, we have the Converse team, Moses Yang and Chung Un Uk. So, why'd you come up with Converse?
Well, we didn't have a name, so we just decided to go with their shoe, Converse.
Are you wearing the Converse shoes today?
They're wet from the rain yesterday.
All right. Well, good luck to Converse and Muso teams. Let's begin our game. We'll start off with 10 multiple choice questions. If you get all 10 correct, we give you 50 bonus points. If you get something wrong, then we'll give you the sum of points up to that point. Feel free to use chance at any time. It means we'll give you a 50-50 chance at the correct answer. Muso, choose among questions. That's Q-U-I-N-Z.
Q, please.
All right, we will go with questions at Q, number 1. Of the following, which sport does not use a ball that is filled with air? 1, volleyball, 2, basketball, 3, table tennis, 4, golf.
Number 4, golf.
Question 2. Of the following, which word refers to a different number? 1, a pair, 2, a couple, 3, a dozen, 4, a duet.
3, dozen.
Question 3. Of the following, which in general is the largest? 1, a soybean, 2, a peanut, 3, a macadamia nut, 4, a walnut.
4, walnut.
How are you finding the questions so far?
They're good. Thank you.
Pretty easy, right? Question 4. Of the following, Hannibal led a troop of which animals through the Alps? 1, tigers, 2, elephants, 3, horses, 4, ostrich.
Elephants, 2.
Have you ever ridden an elephant?
I have, yes, in Nepal.
Really? And how did you find the experience?
It was fine, yeah. It kept us above the rhinoceros.
Very good. Question 5. Of the following, which is another name for mouth organ? 1, ocarina, 2, mandolin, 3, harmonica, 4, pan flute.
Both choice?
If you're not sure, you can use chance. We're looking for a mouth organ.
It's one of these two.
It's one of three.
Yeah.
Choice?
Chance, right?
Yeah, sure.
Chance, please.
All right, we'll make things easier on you. And Muso, we need your final answer.
Number 1. Number 1, ocarina.
Actually, it is the harmonica because you blow into the pipes with your mouth organ. You end the section, Muso, with 40 points. We have a lot of the quiz ahead, so don't worry, Muso team. Now, Converse team, it is now your choice to choose U, I, or Z.
We'll go for the I.
Right? Question set I, number 1. Of the following, what is the appropriate word that fits in the blank? Blank, blank, little star. 1, twinkle, 2, twiggy, 3, twilight, 4, twice.
1, twinkle.
Question set 2. Of the following, who plays a different position? 1. Park Chan-ho. 2. Seo Jae-ung. 3. Kim Byung-hyun. 4. Choi Hee-seop.
I think.
Okay, you go.
2. Seo Wong.
Seo Jae-ung.
You're not big sports fans. It's Choi Hee-seop.
Oh, baseball.
Oh no.
oh, okay.
Well, I'm sure the lights and having the people behind you made you kind of nervous. We are just beginning. You have 10 points on the board. Muso, you are in the lead with 40 points. And now we have come to the section where we'll give you 20 words in a pre-chosen category. You have 100 seconds to go through it, and one of your partners should step up next to me. Muso, it is your turn. And you're not to use any of the words or phrases that we give you on the board. Your category is mystery novels. Do you have a
That's
favorite
right.
one?
I was a Sherlock Holmes fan for 10 years, I guess.
So you're still a Sherlock Holmes fan?
Sure,
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go.
D, my father.
Detective.
Hercule, Agatha Christie's
Poirot.
character. Poirot. P, like a Rubik's Cube, the pieces you put together.
Puzzle.
Sherlock Holmes used one to look at things.
Magnifying glass.
Good. W, a person who saw the crime.
Witness.
S, name, The Shining, Carrie.
Stephen King.
Agatha Christie hero, The Woman. M,
Miss Marple.
H, boys,
Hardy Boys.
detectives.
Boys.
E, the Raven.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Pass. Robert Ludlum. B,
Born Identity.
good. H, what? The question. What happened?
Who done it?
F, pass. To build a better
Mousetrap.
Holmes's assistant.
Watson.
Jack Nicholson movie.
The Shining.
P movie.
Postman always rings twice.
Great. N, woman's Hardy Boys.
Nancy Drew.
James Bond author. I.
Ian Fleming.
The Chamber. King of Torts. author.
John Grisham.
Oh, Frederick Forsyth.
Osterman Weekend.
The last one you didn't quite get to is the Odessa file that we were looking for. And we couldn't give you credit for the Hardy Boys because you used boys as part of your hint.
Right.
You end the section with 200 points. And now, Converse, it's your turn. Your category is princes and princesses. A special reason why you chose that category?
Oh, it was the last one left.
All right, are you ready to go? Go.
Okay, the king and the queen. The king wears a, starts with a C.
Crown.
That's right. Prince Charming.
Cinderella.
Cinderella likes.
Cinderella.
Prince C.
Charming.
The People's Princess. Charles's wife.
Oh,
Charles.
Diana. Princess Diana.
The Tsar's youngest daughter. Starts with an A. Name of a movie.
Excuse me, young.
The name of the Russian Tsar's daughter.
Oh, Anastasia.
Starts with a P. It's about a personal story. Pass.
Princess Diaries.
Okay. Star Wars. Star Wars starts with an L.
Leia.
Princess Diana's son, oldest son.
Prince William.
It's a movie. Pass. Oh, Prince of Monaco's wife.
Grace Kelly.
The Prince of Monaco's daughter, second daughter, starts with an S.
Princess Stephanie.
It's a color, starts with P. Perhaps it's a type of movie. Okay, pass.
Nepple.
Pass. It's a color, starts with B. It contrasts white.
Black. What?
Shrek.
Fiona.
You passed on Princess Diaries before we could get to the answer, and Purple Rain is the song by Prince. And I truly felt the generation gap here. You end the section with 120 points. Muso, you remain in the lead, 200 points. And now we've come to our exciting third section of the quiz. Let's welcome Mr. David Hwang onto the stage.
Daniel, how are you?
All right, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, guys. I want to welcome you guys to the Contender stage. I wish you guys the best of luck. By the way, I like to hike too. And when I go hiking, I wear my Converse. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Anyways, the next section is a round of non-multiple choice questions. The first team to buzz in will get the first chance to answer. But if that team gets it wrong, that chance will be given to the other team. Now, if neither of you guys can get it, we're going to help you out with the help of a spelling hint. There's 15 questions in all, 30 points per question, and you have 5 seconds to answer each one. Got it?
All right, let's go with question 1.
All right, question number 1 is about fuels. Scientists have discovered evidence for the earliest known wildfire in Earth's history. It comes in the form of small plant fossils preserved as this. The plant dates back to about 443 to 417 million years ago. This is a black or dark gray form of carbon.
Muso.
Coal?
Converse, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Used as a fuel and as an absorbent in smelting. What is this?
Converse, 5 seconds. Muso.
Charcoal.
That is correct.
Is that right?
And let's have question 2.
All right, moving on. Question number 2 is about computers. Scientists have found the theoretical maximum speed in which data can be written to this PC's unit. The discovery might force makers of this to use exotic materials or new methods to breach this speed limit. This is an information storage unit in a computer. What is this?
Converse.
Is it the microprocessor?
Muso, 5 seconds. Muso.
The CPU?
Why don't we take a look at the hint? Converse.
It's a hard drive.
Good to see you on the board, Converse team. Let's go on to question 3.
Question 3 is about sports. The Royal and Ancient Golf Club said the purse would be $7,152,000, with nearly $1.3 million going to the winner. This is now the richest major, thanks to a modest increase in prize money, coupled with a higher exchange rate.
Converse.
What's the British Open?
Yes. And Converse, are you a big golfer?
No, my dad is.
Oh, is he a
But he can't
single?
golf. No, he can't golf.
Well, it's good that you had your dad who was into golf, so you could get the question correct. And let's move on to question 4.
All right, question number 4 is about titles. Hubert Selby Jr. has died. This brutal tale set in the 1950s in a borough in New York City dwelt on a world inhabited by prostitutes, gangs, and transvestites. Published in 1964, it was later made into films. Directed by Udi Adele and starring Jennifer Jason Leigh, this was released in 1989. What is the title of this?
It was written by Selby Jr. Let's take a look at the hint. 5 seconds, both teams. Muso.
Last Exit to Brooklyn.
Did you see the film or did you
A long
read the
time
book?
ago, yes.
Very dark, isn't it?
Yes.
Moving on to the next question, please.
All right, question number 5 is about vehicles. A British Army helicopter pilot is about to begin a bid to become the first person to fly around the world in this. Barry Jones aims to set a world record when he flies more than 25,000 miles across 25 countries in 3.5 months. This is an aircraft fitted with an unpowered rotor to produce lift. What is this?
It's unpowered and it needs lift. Let's take a look at Converse.
Is it an air balloon?
Muso, 5 seconds. Muso,
Ultralight airplane.
let's take a look at the hint. Muso.
Gyroplane.
Yes. We would have also taken auto gyro as an answer. Moving on to question 6.
Spelling hint comes in handy, huh?
Yes.
All right, question number 6 is about animals. The male-female imbalance would have led to these animals' extinction. Their sex could depend upon the temperature before they are born. The asteroid which struck...
Muso.
Dinosaurs.
Yes. And if it were cooler, there would be a preponderance of males, making it impossible for mating. And let's move on to question 7.
Question number 7 is about cities. It was the subject of the 2000 Oscar-winning documentary One Day in September, directed by Kevin McDonald. Steven Spielberg is to make a film about the kidnap and murder of 11 Israeli athletes at the 19th...
Muso.
Munich, Germany.
Yes. And Converse, I encourage you to buzz in and take a risk. Let's move on to question 8.
All right, question number 8 is about person. The design of a self-propelling cart in this person's Atlanticus Codex has always perplexed scholars, partly because the documentation was incomplete. Now Italian scientists have been able to recreate the car envisaged.
Muso.
Da Vinci?
Yes. And it's interesting to note that Da Vinci came up with a design for a car so
know.
early in history. And moving on to the next question.
All right, moving on to the next question, which is number 9. It's about games. In the 1980s, millions of teenagers worldwide would battle armed with...
Muso.
Dungeons and Dragons.
And were you among the players of Dungeons?
I've never played the game, no.
I was. I'm a little embarrassed about that now, but yeah, I was really into it.
I joined your embarrassment a little bit. I was a little bit into it too. Actually, I played Marvel Superheroes. That was another role-playing game, but regardless.
But why would you be embarrassed?
It just seemed the kids who always stayed inside and never went outside or anything.
Ah, so it was like not jockey, I
Right.
guess.
Maybe
I
not
now
the
have
coolest thing to do,
$100
but...
of books to sell.
And moving on to the number 10, please.
All right, question number 10 is about countries. This country is celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Union. The two former sovereign states sealed their union following the departure of the British colonial authorities at the beginning of the 1960s. This is a republic in southeastern Africa. Dar es Salaam is the capital and largest.
Converse.
Tanzania.
Yes, it is Tanzania. And the two countries that came together to form the country are Tanganyika and Zanzibar. And it's good to see you on the board, Converse. And let's move on to the next question.
The next question, number 11, is about symbols. The design of the new Iraqi flag consists of this pale blue shape on a white background, with a yellow strip between two blue lines at the bottom. This is the emblem of Islam, shaped like the moon when it is less than half illuminated.
Muso.
A scythe, a saber, a crescent. I'm sorry, crescent.
Converse, 5 seconds. Converse.
A half a moon.
Why don't we take a look at the hint? Muso.
Crescent.
Yes. We usually go for the final answer, and the judges judge that your final answer was already said before they gave you the sound, which means incorrect question. Anyway, moving on. Let's move on to question 12.
Question 12 is about health. Trials are set to begin on a new and potentially better vaccine. It is designed to last longer and have fewer side effects than the existing vaccine. The U.S. mail attacks, which claimed the lives...
Muso.
Anthrax.
13, please.
All right, 13 is about politics. Last month, this person has used a landmark official visit to Europe. He said by renouncing weapons of mass destruction.
Muso.
Gaddafi.
Yes, it is Muammar Gaddafi. 14, please.
Question number 14 is about disasters. Mourners laid flowers and lit candles in gatherings across the former Soviet Union to mark the 18th anniversary. On April 26th,
Muso.
Chernobyl.
Yes. It was the disaster in Kiev. And let's move on to our last question of the section.
last question number 15 is about organizations. Nepal has formally joined this organization, becoming the body's 147th member. The government says...
Converse.
Oh, what's the United Nations?
And Muso, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
The government says membership offers challenges and opportunities to the country's subsistence economy. It was created to replace GATT in 1995. What is this?
Muso, 5 seconds. Muso,
World Bank.
let's take a look at the hint. Converse.
World Trade Organization.
Yes, it is the WTO, or the World Trade Organization. It's a good ending for you. However, Muso, congratulations, you get to go on to the finals. Converse, I know you had supporters. What do you want to say?
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for joining us today. And Muso team, you know you have to face our last week winners. They've won 5 in a row. The Witlams team, how do you feel?
Relieved to get this far. But a little nervous now, yeah.
All right, well, congratulations again on getting to go to the finals. We'll be right back after this with the Muso team. Welcome back the Witlams team. It's great to have you back, Ryan Hatcher and Scott Nepple. So this is your attempt at win number 6 in a row. You already have tickets to go to Hawaii, so it's pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a nice island, I think.
And so how are you feeling?
A little nervous as always, but I guess we're ready to go.
All right, so if you guys are ready, let's get on with our final section. And so in our final section, we'll be giving you 5 categories of questions ranked in difficulty from 10 to 50 points. You don't have to choose them in order. As long as you get the first question correct, you can choose whatever question you want next. What are today's categories?
All right, today's categories are hats for men, new EU members, weather and songs, animal migrations, and weird patents.
All fun categories, but I'll choose the first question, and I will go with hats for men, 10 points. This person's tramp costume was invented with the help of Fatty Arbuckle's pants. Witlams.
Charlie Chaplin?
Yes. And he had a very famous quote, everything is a contradiction. The pants baggy, the coat tight, the hat small, and the shoes large. He actually made an amalgam of many other people's possessions for this outfit. The only thing that actually belonged to him was the cane. And Witlams, you get to choose.
Hats for men for 20 points, please.
Hats for men, 20 points. This was first recorded in print in the 1870s. It seems to have been the custom in the 19th century for such a paragon of a sport to be awarded a new hat by his club as a mark of his success, but has since, Muso.
Hat trick?
Yes. It began with cricket, and it's gone to other games. A famous one we recognize is soccer. And Muso, it's good to see you on the board. You've got the lead, and you get to choose.
Hats for men for 30.
Hats for men, 30 points. Although worn as military headgear in ancient Greece, the modern origin of the beret is traced to the Basques, people living on both the French and Spanish sides of the Pyrenees Mountains. It was a short leap for these subsurface ciphers to have been embraced by artists and revolutionaries. This person, a hero of the Cuban Revolution. Muso.
Che Guevara.
Yes. He made the beret a worldwide symbol of the revolutionary guerrilla fighter. And Muso, you get to choose.
Yeah, hats for men, 40 points.
Continuing with the same category, hats for men, 40 points. Despite its name, this famous hat is one of the practical, picturesque, and frequently purchased souvenirs from Ecuador. In Witlams.
Panama hat.
Yes. It has the Caribbean Sea to its north and the Pacific Ocean to its south, and connected by the canal of the same name. And it is a brimmed men's hat made from plaited leaves. It was made internationally famous by its introduction by a Frenchman in 1855 at the World's Fair in Paris. Do you own a Panama hat?
No, but I have visited Ecuador, so that made it easy for
Or
me.
you almost bought a hat.
I actually purchased one and it flew off when I was on the train.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah.
sad.
That
Well,
was
that
cheapo.
experience served you well here today, at least, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And with that, you have tied the score at 50 even. Witlams, you get to choose.
I'll go with hats for men for 50 points.
Hats for men, closing the category, 50 points. This flower was introduced to Europe in the middle of the 16th century. First bulbs were brought in 1554 from Constantinople to Vienna by Ogier Ghislain de Busbecq, a messenger of the Habsburg Empire. The name of this flower is a corruption of the Turkish word for a man's headdress that consists of a long piece. Witlams.
Turban?
Muso, it is your chance to answer. I'll finish the question. Long piece of fabric wrapped around the head, completely covering the hair, worn especially by Muslims. What is this? Muso, 5 seconds. Muso.
Tulip?
Yes, it is. From the turban, it was the tulip, the flower. And people usually think of its origin as Dutch, but actually it was brought in from Constantinople. And Muso, you've got the lead and you get to choose.
Animal migrations for 10.
Animal migrations, 10 points.
Birds who fly have bodies designed to be efficient in flight. The lead bird breaks up the wall of air that the flock flies into.
Muso.
Geese?
Witlams, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
The swirling air caused by the lead bird's movements then helps to push along the birds behind it. Every bird behind the lead bird is given the same sort of assistance and push by the bird flying ahead of it. It has been shown that birds in the formation of this alphabet letter can fly a full 70% farther than a bird flying alone. What is this?
Witlams.
V?
Yes. It's the V formation. And Witlams, you get to choose.
Weather and songs for 10.
Weather and songs, 10 points. What you're listening to now is You Are the Sunshine of My Life, sung by Lisa Ono. There she goes. She changed the song to have a bossa nova beat. The original jazzy ballad is already a pop standard. The 1972 album Talking Book included songs about society ills as well as tender love songs, and so became the first smash album of this person's career. Blind virtually since birth, he is a much-loved Muso.
Stevie Wonder.
Yes, he's an American icon. Is that your favorite Stevie Wonder song?
They're all pretty good.
And is that your favorite?
I'm not too much of a Stevie Wonder fan until his later career.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you a Lisa Ono fan then?
No.
No, not at all. I really like Lisa Ono. And moving on to ask Muso, what would you like to have?
Animal Migrations for 20, please.
Animal Migrations, 20 points.
This is a crucial source of nutrients for plants, animals, and humans. The annual pilgrimage of spawning grounds is a time for celebration.
Muso.
Salt.
Witlams, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
These fish memorize the odor of the stream in which they were born. Years later, they use this knowledge to navigate from the ocean back to the mouth of their home river. Perhaps their name comes from the word meaning to leap. These fish, eaten as food, has soft fins and pink flesh. What is this?
Witlams.
Salmon.
Yes. And Muso, it was a good guess. However, we were looking for a much more general answer. And Witlams, you get to choose.
Weather and songs for 20.
Weather and songs, 20 points. The first record album of songs from The Wizard of Oz in 1939 were all sung by the Ken Darby Singers, and in some songs in which Dorothy is featured, another vocalist substituted for Judy Garland, who only sang the Jitterbug and this song on the album. A reprise of the song was filmed in which Dorothy was remembering Kansas while being imprisoned in the witch's castle. What is the title of this song? Judy Garland sang the Jitterbug and this. Muso.
Over the Rainbow?
Yes. And Muso, you get to choose.
Weather and songs for 30.
Weather and songs, 30 points. The song Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head won the Oscar for the Best Original Song in 1970. The singer B.J. Thomas is best known as the performer who sang while Paul Newman rode his bicycle. Witlams.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Yes. It is the 1969 classic film. It introduced the voice of Thomas to the world, and it made Paul Newman very well known as a great bicyclist because he did all of the bicycle riding himself after his stuntman kept falling off the bike. Robert Redford was also a star in this film. And Witlams, you could choose.
Weather and songs for 40.
Weather and songs, 40 points. A group of friends just out of college struggle with adulthood. Their main problem is that they're all self-centered and obnoxious. Muso.
The Big Chill?
Witlams, it is your chance to answer, and I will finish the question. The title of the movie and John Parr's biggest hit refers to this phenomenon. Named for the patron saint of sailors, this is a luminous region of electrical discharge that appears during stormy weather around a narrow, pointed object. Such. Witlams.
St. Elmo's Fire.
Yes. As the church spire or a mast of a ship. St. Elmo's Fire made Rob Lowe and Emilio Estevez household names. Were you a fan?
Yeah, I remember seeing it in the theater. I was for a while, but I never followed up on them. I kind of lost track of them after that.
The Brat Pack.
Yeah, exactly.
Famous. And Witlams, you have the lead now and you get to choose.
Weather and songs for 50.
Closing the category, Weather in Songs, 50 points. Gloomy Sunday, the notorious Hungarian suicide song, was written in 1933. However, researchers actually found that suicide rates increased during the hottest times of the year. A study found that low levels of this can increase negative thinking. It is important because severe negative thinking is a major risk. Witlams.
Sunshine.
Muso, it is your chance to answer. I'll finish the question. Is a major risk factor for suicide. This is a neurotransmitter chemical that may affect emotional states. What is this? Muso, 5 seconds. Muso.
Acetylcholine?
We're looking for a neurotransmitter chemical, and we say that when we crave chocolate when we're depressed, or we are affecting levels of this. Witlams.
Endorphins.
Muso, 5 seconds. Muso.
Seraphenol?
Witlams.
Serotonin?
Yes, it is serotonin. And Witlams, you're increasing your lead. You get to choose.
We'll try new EU members for 10.
New EU members, 10 points.
By the way, great game so far. The European Union made a historic enlargement on the 1st of May 2004 as 10 countries from Central Europe and the Mediterranean became members. It has thus become the world's biggest single market in population terms. The Czech Republic is one of the largest of the new member states in terms of population and one of the closest to Western Europe. Vienna is actually farther east than this capital city.
Witlams.
Prague, excuse me.
Yes, it is Prague, or Praha. And Witlams, you get to choose.
New EU members for 20.
New EU members, 20 points.
Derived from the Turkish on ogar, meaning 10 arrows, this may refer to the 10 Magyar tribes who occupied what is now this country.
Witlams.
Bulgaria.
Muso, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
It played an important part in accelerating the collapse of communism in 1989. It opened its borders with Austria, allowing thousands of East Germans to escape to the West. The country joined the EU on May 1st. Its capital, city, Budapest, built the first...
Muso.
Hungary.
Yes. Budapest. And Muso, you're catching up. You get to choose.
Animal migrations for 30, please.
Animal migrations, 30 points.
At the beginning of the wet season, most adult red crabs suddenly begin a spectacular migration from the forest to the coast to breed and release their eggs into the sea. Breeding is usually widely synchronized on this island. The rain provides...
Muso.
Christmas Island.
Yes. It is named because Captain William Miners arrived on the island December 25th, December 25th of 1643. And this is an external territory of Australia, its closest neighbor, Java, 360 kilometers away. And Muso, how did you know about this fact?
National Geographic show, Crazy Crabs.
All right. And Muso, you get to choose.
Same, 40, please, animal migrations.
All right, animal migrations, 40 points.
Sea turtles may migrate 2,000 kilometers to find suitable nesting beaches. But after covering the nest with dirt or sand, a female provides no further care for her eggs. During its first critical 48 hours, a hatchling must travel from the beach to a place in the ocean where it is relatively safe from predators and where it can find food. This is a common name for a large sea turtle, named for the color of its fat, although it is brownish in color overall. What is this?
Muso.
Green sea turtle.
Yes, it is the green turtle that we were looking for. And Muso, with that, you have the lead, 220 versus Witlams 210, and you get to choose.
Animal migrations for 50.
Closing the category, animal migrations, 50 points.
Eruption is a specific migratory cycle occurring in extreme climates. The best known example is seen in lemmings of the Arctic region. These small animals reach a peak in their population every 3 or 4 years, at which point they migrate overland in great numbers. Most of them die in the process. This is the Arctic plain between the ice cap and the timberline of North America and Eurasia that has permanently frozen subsoil.
Witlams.
Tundra.
Yes. And Witlams, you've captured the lead and you get to choose.
New EU members for 30.
New EU members, 30 points.
Malta first applied to join the European Union back in 1990. It is finally a member. The Holy Roman Emperor Charles V ceded the island to the crusading Knights of Malta in return for a symbolic annual rent of a live bird. This is an ancient story about this bird. The jewel-encrusted statue of the 1940s.
Muso.
The Maltese Falcon?
Yes. The 1941 film of the same name starring Humphrey Bogart is fictitious. And Muso, you are trailing by just 10 points and you get to choose.
40, please. New EU members for 40.
Surely. New EU members, 40 points.
Like I said, good game. Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia were independent states between World War I and World War II, but spent more than half a century as parts of the USSR. They gained their independences again in 1991. Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia borders this sea. Nearly landlocked.
Witlams.
The Baltic?
Yes, it is the Baltic Sea. It is in northwestern Europe. Baltic Sea is nearly landlocked. It's also bordered by Sweden, Finland, Russia, Poland, Germany, and Denmark. So everybody's around that water, body of water. And Witlams, you're increasing your lead. You get to choose.
New EU members for 50?
Closing the category, new EU members, 50 points.
The European Union has taken off and is flying eastward. On May 1st, it reached the borderlands of the old USSR. But where does the continent of Europe end? Traditional boundary mark the Bosphorus and the Ural Mountains. This country is not obviously European by geography.
Muso.
Turkey.
Witlams, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Though it was one of the 10 states that joined the EU in 2004. It lies off the Turkish coast and is closer to Syria than Greece. What is this?
Witlams, 5 seconds. Witlams.
Armenia?
Muso.
Cyprus.
Yes, it is Cyprus. It is an island republic in the eastern Mediterranean Sea. And this is just a very close game. The score is even at 300 points. As we head into our last category, how many points would you like?
10 points.
All right, weird patents, 10 points.
Hello, contenders. I'm Kwon Sung-taek of Kim Shin-yu, an international law firm in Seoul. Over the years, inventors have tried to solve many of the problems of daily life. Sometimes they go a little bit overboard and make us smile, but we have to give them credit for having tried. Today's questions have to do with actual patents. I hope you get the chance to see how great inventions come from everyday life. Good luck. George Selden got a patent on the road engine in 1895. In fact, most of the cars built during the early 1990s, you will find a small plaque reading manufactured under the Selden patent. Although his road engine was not actually used by anyone making cars, this person was just one holdout. Selden sued him, but his patent was declared invalid. In 1908, this manufacturer's company initiated.
Muso.
Henry Ford.
Yes, Ford's Model T. And if you can believe it, most of the cars built in the 1890s had the small plaque
1890s.
manufactured. Selden patent. And Muso.
20 points, please.
All right, going for weird patents, 20 points.
In 1965, George and Charlotte Blonsky got a patent on the apparatus for facilitating the birth of a child. It's a delivery table. The expectant mother strapped down to the table, which is then spun to use this to encourage the baby to emerge. But where does the obstetrician sit? And what does he or she use to get the baby? A catcher's mitt? This is an apparent force that seems to pull a rotating or spinning object away from a center. What is this?
This is an apparent force that seems to pull a rotating or spinning object. Witlams.
Centripetal?
Centrifugal force is the force that we're talking about that seems to pull a rotating or spinning object away from a center. And it is very interesting. I wonder where the obstetrician was supposed to sit with a catcher's mitt.
He has to follow the table around.
run very quickly. And Witlams, you've got the lead. You get to choose.
30 points, please.
Weird patents, 30 points.
Just a thing for playing hot jazz. In 1981, Pet Virus invented this instrument with a gas cartridge, so that when you get to the climax of your piece, you can hit the trigger and send a stream of flames into the audience for special effects. A word of advice though, don't get one if you live in a small wooden house. This is a wind instrument, sounded by the vibration of the player's lips.
Witlams.
Clarinet.
Muso, it is your chance to answer, and he will finish the question.
Against a mouthpiece. What is this?
Muso, 5 seconds. Muso.
Saxophone.
We're looking for a wind instrument sounded by the vibration of the player's lips against a mouthpiece. And his invention that he patented was that if he got to an exciting part, he would press a button and you would send a stream of flames into your audience to excite them, to express your excitement. Muso.
Trumpet.
Yes. And Muso, you have the lead now and you get to choose.
Weird patents for 40, please.
Right, weird patents, 40 points.
U.S. patent number 6329919 claims a system of scheduling the restroom on an airliner, which amounts to take a number. Sounds like a really unsanitary situation for economy class passengers with kids. You are number 153 for the left rear restroom. Estimated wait 2 hours. Properly, this company has disclaimed all 64 claims in the patent. The company was awarded the most patents, 3,415 patents in 2003. What is this?
Witlams.
Boeing.
Muso.
IBM.
Yes. International business machines. And we have just one question left on our board. Weird patents, 50 points.
UK patent number GB1047735 is piping snow and ice balls from Antarctica to irrigate the Australian desert. It will solve the world famine problem. The snowballs accelerate under gravity from 3,000 meters high on the Antarctic plateau, reaching 800 kilometers per hour at sea level. They are then pumped naturally through the pipelines by this force. This is an apparent but non-existent force of Earth's rotation.
Muso.
Corollas.
Yes, it is the Coriolis force. And with that, Muso team, you win. 1 win. Congratulations.
Various prizes are awaiting our winning contenders. Your first win will take you on a trip to Jeju Island. Your second win to Japan. Your third win will take you to China. And on your fourth win, you'll win a trip to Southeast Asia. On your fifth win, a trip to Hawaii. Your sixth win, a trip to the United States. And on your seventh win, you'll take the grand prize of a tour of Europe. We hope many of you join us.
Witlams, you walk away winners as well. You have tickets to Hawaii.
Aloha.
What do you want to say to your friends and supporters?
Well, thanks to Ryan for whispering all the answers into my ear. And thanks to the editors and all our fans who come to the studio. And number one fan, my mother.
All right, thank you very much for joining us, and congratulations again on your 5 wins in a row. Muso, it is harder than ever to win against a previous winner team, but you did a great job. This is your win number 1. Are you satisfied, or are you going to go on?
We'll keep going, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, congratulations again. We have a new first-time winner this week, the Muso team. Let's see them again next week. Join us again then. Bye-bye.